What's up, YouTube? So today we are covering some diet myths that just absolutely refuse to die. I was hesitant to make this video because I kind of figured, well, a lot of this information might be things you already know and it's just repetitive and I don't want to keep beating a dead horse. But I keep getting questions about these topics and people are still confused. So maybe some of these are things that you might still believe in or things that you've heard work or don't work. So I want to cover these topics to make sure that you have the right information. Let's jump into today's video. Oh, but before I go, just do me a favor, hit the subscribe button below. It's the little red thing right down there. Anyway, I give away 3 videos a week, and I want to make sure that this content is being seen by as many people as possible. Our mission is to help people. I started working out because I was abused as a kid, and I was sick and tired of getting just abused and beat up, and I needed a place to go that built my confidence. Once I started working out, I started to realize, wow, this is something I truly love. But I wasn't getting the best results because I wasn't doing things the right way. I've suffered from depression, I've suffered from weight gain. I was 80 pounds overweight about 8 years ago because I was so depressed and down about where my life was. And I turned to the gym to get results, but it was a struggle. So I've had numerous things in my life that have all been impacted by fitness. And I want to share quality information with you so that you can get results faster than I did. That's it, let's jump into the video. So diet myth number 1, carbs are bad. A lot of people think that carbs are the enemy when it comes to losing weight and being healthy. And I can totally understand why, because there's this huge movement towards eating more healthy fats and less carbs, and the keto diet, and sugar being just the enemy and just this destroyer of health. But here's the reality, carbs are not the enemy. Carbs give a tremendous amount of help when it comes to producing energy for workouts, and a lot of people can handle carbs very, very well. A lot of people might think just because they're overweight that they're just carb sensitive and that carbs don't sit well with them. The reality is some people can handle more carbs than others, and that's fine. Some of you who are watching might want to put an emphasis on more healthy fats and less carbs. And that's great because that's something that might help you, but basically say carbs are just flat out bad. Don't eat carbs. You might be missing energy, right? But carbs are not bad. Carbs can be great if used appropriately. Some people can handle more carbs than others. The rule of thumb is that usually if you're carrying a lot more body fat, initially you probably need less carbs than someone who's super lean, super muscular. The body and brain can use carbs very efficiently, especially when it comes to workouts. This doesn't mean that keto diets are bad or that low carb diets with higher fat intake is bad. It's just everybody's different. So the key thing to remember is that you need to test things out for yourself. Don't just think that carbs are bad because someone told you that they switched to a keto diet or they switched to a low carb diet and got results. Most of the time, results come from controlling your calories and eating the right amount of nutrients. So proteins, fats, and carbs, all in moderation. But with that whole calories being the ultimate factor when it comes to losing fat, right? So try it out for yourself. If carbs make you feel sleepy, there might be ways to include carbs later in the day, before bed. If carbs make you feel great, then awesome, roll with it, right? So there's no rule of thumb for every single person. Everybody's a little bit different. So I was on Twitter the other day and I saw somebody tell a bunch of followers, this person had thousands of followers, and he said that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I'm like, wait a second, I thought this myth had been destroyed a long time ago, but I guess it's not. I've worked with thousands of clients over the years. I've been in the fitness industry for 12 years. I've learned a lot, and one thing I believed in the beginning was that breakfast was the ultimate meal of the day. You had to have breakfast in order to jumpstart your metabolism, keep your energy where it needs to be, and burn fat throughout the day. However, after a lot of research, a lot of trial and error, and seeing what works and what doesn't, breakfast for a lot of people just doesn't set them up very well for the day. A lot of times eating breakfast can destroy energy levels because of digestion, because of the food that they intake at breakfast. A lot of people eat like a sugary breakfast. So it's not to say breakfast is bad by any means. A lot of my clients do skip the early morning breakfast and they tend to break their fast later in the day or even in the afternoon, depending on the person. There's no hard set rule that breakfast needs to be eaten early in the day. The word breakfast just comes from break fast. So whenever you decide to break your fast, that could be at noon, that could be at 10 a.m., could be at 2 p.m., could be at 4 p.m., depending on your schedule. that's what's gonna work for you, right? So don't think you need to eat an early morning breakfast because someone told you that that's the key to getting lean or the key to having high energy. For a lot of people, it's not. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Waiting to eat your first meal can do a lot for your energy, for your mood, for your concentration, and can help you control your calories in a much more lifestyle-friendly manner. So this one really ticks me off because I have clients all the time come to me and say, hey, Josiah, I should probably stop eating around 6 p.m., right? So that way my body doesn't store food as fat. And I understand the whole idea of, well, when you sleep and when you're less active, you might be burning less calories than when you're walking around and working out. That's totally understandable. But eating at night is not a problem. You guys need to understand that the body doesn't go, oh, it's nighttime, it's time to store body fat. In fact, there's a little known tidbit for you that you actually burn similar, if not more calories while you're sleeping as you do when you're sitting at a desk all day. So you're still using calories, your body's still functioning, you're breathing, your heart's beating, your organs are working. A lot of time you're digesting food, that takes calories, your brain's working, so it needs calories. The body doesn't just stop burning calories and start storing fat at night. That's a complete and total myth. So you can eat at night. In fact, I eat most of my calories in the evening, simply because I like to be focused, full of energy all day. I don't want digestion wearing me down, kind of like that whole thing of breakfast that we just talked about. I don't mind eating a lot of calories at night because I tend to feel better when I go to bed with a pretty full stomach. Not everybody's like this. Some people sleep better with an empty stomach, and that's totally fine. But don't be afraid to eat your calories at night. Once again, the rule of thumb is eat healthy food as much as possible, 80 to 90% of the time at least. Control your calories, right? So eat the right amount of calories for your goals, and then eat the right amount of macronutrients, which is protein, carbs, and fats, to support your goals, whether it's fat loss, muscle building. Most of the clients I work with want to get really lean, and they want to feel good about the way they look because that builds their confidence. And so the number one thing is to have a plan that you can adhere to, something you can stick to for a long time. So a lot of people need to be able to eat at night, restaurants, dinners and dates out with the family, parties and all that other fun stuff. You don't want to constantly have to skip it just because it's nighttime, right? But the good news is that's an absolute myth. The body does not store more fat at night just because it's nighttime. The only reason why that myth even exists is because a lot of people tend to overeat at night, and that's where we need to stop. We need to start thinking about total calories and how we can structure our nutrition plan so that at nighttime you have a lot of room to play with your calories. You have more flexibility and you can actually eat the foods you love at night. So a lot of times when people come to me to get coaching, or if we work with people in our coaching programs, they automatically say, well, Josiah, I'm guessing this program just requires me to eat clean, right? And first and foremost, I just want to address, what does eating clean even mean, right? Well, it doesn't mean washing your food, right? Even though washing your food can be important if you're eating lots of fruits and vegetables and all that stuff, and chicken and everything that might have some unwanted stuff on it. But eating clean refers to eating organic, healthy, non-processed, natural foods as much as possible. And while I support this 100% as far as that approach when it comes to eating the quality of food, eating clean does not guarantee that you're going to get in shape. A lot of people think that if I just eat healthy all the time, I'm going to get in shape. But in reality, if you're not getting the proper amount of calories, the proper amount of macronutrients, which is enough protein, carbohydrates, and fats, along with enough vitamins and minerals to support your daily function in the needs that you have. Some people are deficient in some minerals and vitamins, and so you want to make sure that you're getting quality nutrition. But the most important thing, besides obviously controlling your calories, is making sure that the right amount of macronutrients are coming in. So you can still eat clean if you want and healthy most of the time. In fact, I always recommend at least 80 to 90% of the time you should be eating healthy, organic, whole foods. But occasionally, if you want to splurge and you want to have some chocolate or some burgers or fries or pizza or ice cream and all the crap that honestly probably makes you feel like crap and doesn't do a lot for your goals, but it does a lot for your social health and your enjoyment of life, right? Because at the end of the day, being in shape and being healthy and fit and muscular and all that great stuff, what's the point if you can't enjoy life, if you can't actually have food that tastes good, right? So it doesn't always have to be eat clean. In fact, I suggest a 10 to 20% amount of time, whether it's vacations or whether it's dinners out with the wife or husband, or if it's, a party with your friends, being able to enjoy some alcohol, some food, and being able to still get results because you have it under control, right? But if you have this whole mentality of, oh, I just have to eat clean all the time, well, that's gonna lead to feeling restricted, right? It's gonna lead to feeling like you're in a prison with your diet. Oh, that's not clean, I can't eat that. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, that's not clean, I can't have that. Oh, there's only pizza at the birthday party? Oh yeah, I can't go to the birthday party. Trust me when I say I've had clients come to me and they've dealt with this issue for a long time. So you might be dealing with it yourself. Don't worry. Just understand the importance of controlling your calories, macronutrients, making healthy and clean choices most of the time, but then fitting in foods that maybe aren't the healthiest but do a lot for your social and mental health. All right? So thanks so much for watching the video. If you want more resources, just go in the details below the video and I have a couple free guides for you. One is a free 7-day jumpstart that will help you get started on this whole get lean thing. I also have a busy man's guide to getting in shape. And so if you're someone who struggles with scheduling, having time to work out, time to prepare food, and just you get kind of bogged down with everything that you think is required to get in shape, I have a guide that will help you set that up so you don't feel worn down, you have more time, and you can actually figure out what's important when it comes to getting in shape. So check that out, it's absolutely free. And then if you want to contact me or you want to just get more help from me, go to thetruetransformation.com. That's where we put out blog posts, more videos, and a lot of really good content. And you can see what kind of programs we have to offer if you're looking for more help. That's all I got for you guys. Oh, and one more thing, we have a free Facebook group, in case you're wondering. We do all sorts of cool stuff in there. The link is in the details below the video. Feel free to join, just request to join. There's a couple questions about your goals that you'll have to answer, but other than that, it's absolutely free. See you guys inside the group, and I will talk to you in the next video. Peace out.